So this board is what I'm going to be calling a nail polish finish, but basically it is just a ton of glitter mixed with polyurethane. I don't really like how the big glitter turned out as it's beveled. I could put several more layers on it and maybe have like a seal, but that might make the board heavy, and I don't really want to put any more resources into this board as it was just a test board. As you can see, I moved some of the glitter pieces around and it disturbed the smaller glitter, but basically it's just tons and tons of glitter mixed with polyurethane painted on. I do like the small stars though. But yeah, I'm about to throw some hardware on it and skate it for funsies. This was just a old Walmart, I think I actually ordered this board off of Amazon, but I just used it as a tester basically to see what, tips and tricks I needed to learn to make this look a lot better. I'm very happy with how it turned out, aside from, just a few things. I go in and start by poking out these holes and fitting it with some hardware. Now, I'm not going to be using new hardware. I'm actually going to be using some hardware off of one of my other boards just because I like the feel and that's what I've been skating. So I just want to see how this board handles that hardware, and I'm actually going to have to remove that piece. Oh, here is the other board I will be taking the hardware off of. This has been my favorite setup right now, just because it can go over anything, rocks, twigs, potholes. Man, this thing just eats. But this is the hardware I'm going to be throwing onto this deck. This other board that I'm taking the hardware off of, which is my current favorite setup, is actually a gift from a friend. He gave it to me after he broke it, and he was gonna toss it. I was like, hey man, let me use that thing and practice on it. So I ended up sanding it down, painting it with a layer of Mod Podge, and then I used just some cheap acrylic paints to paint little dudes on here, little faces. And then I put several coats of a flat matte polyurethane. This one actually has a gloss polyurethane on it, so there's the difference in that. It's almost completely clear, but there is definitely like a layer over these. As you can see, several like deep gashes, don't even, like this one, it's a pretty deep gash. But I skate this thing pretty heavily, and the polyurethane has really held up. You can see where I've done some nose stalls, but other than that, this thing's pretty good. So the hardware that I'm going to be taking off of this one and using for my other board right now, just to test it out, is some Thunder Trucks. These are Dodo bushings. I forget which hardness they are. I think they're just normal hard. They have definitely seen some love though. The wheels are actually from this board originally, from Amazon. I went on and replaced the bearings with some Super Reds, but ended up rusting out the front ones, and I had to throw the old ones on there, which they aren't that bad. They say they're ABEC 5, and I think most skate bearings are like ABEC 5, ABEC 7. Then you got the ceramics, which I think are ABEC 9. Could be wrong, but anyway, that's what I'm gonna be rocking with today. So that's the old deck with the hardware taken off, and this gray paint that you're actually seeing on here is from a skate park called Owltown Skate Park. They had recently painted it to be painted by some artist or whatever, and that was the primer they used, and it was still wet on the ground in places. I did not know, but it's now a souvenir on my board. So here it is. Nice spacer lineup, but they don't line up, unfortunately. But here is the build-up. The profile of the tires actually stick out past the board, which I actually like how it looks. Just overall looks really cool. I like how the vibe it gives off. Let's see how it skates.